There's two things about Ireland that I think basically are pretty indescribable by words, and that's a hard thing for a writer to say. But those two things, the first is how green it is. You know, people can tell you how green Ireland is, you can see pictures of how green it is, but it's not till you're actually there that you see, wow, this place is really green, almost to the point where it hurts your eyes. It's so brilliant green, it's so beautiful. And the second thing about Ireland is the people. Some of the kindest people you'll ever meet on the planet. And another thing that is just indescribable, I remember when I was visiting Dublin, which is a very large city, and there was I was kind of lost. I had my backpack, and there was a bus parked. And, you know, knowing if, gosh, a big city, New York, you don't want to pester anybody who's that busy in a big city. But I went ahead and risked it and went up to the driver and just stepped my head in and said, excuse me, could you give me some directions? And he pulled on the brake, and he hopped down the stairs, and he says, well, let's see, you could maybe go this direction, or you could go this one. And then he stepped back up. Martha, could you come on out here? And before long, there was 2 or 3 people that were out there giving me directions, and all in the different ways. And it was, for me, it was a real statement of the people. And when I visited home to visit my family back there, I had sent them letters ahead of time letting them know I was coming. And but it had been a while, and so I called them from a payphone and said, hey, this is your cousin from America, and I'm coming for the visit. And then they hung up on me. And, you know, here I was with a backpack on a limited budget, and it cost a fortune just to do the phone call. And so anyway, I mustered the courage, had no other choice. I called again, and they realized, no, this really was the cousin from America. And they came from all over Ireland, every cousin, nephew, niece, and literally fighting over who got to spend time with the Yank. The people are very, very kind. And what's interesting is when they first came to America in that 1840s in large groves, they were treated very poorly. They were seen as really attacking the job market, and it was a very difficult time for the Irish, and they went through that crucible of America, and you wonder why, you know, that spirit wasn't crushed, and you wonder why people didn't get bitter. But if you look at it today, I think you could probably ask many people around the world, and they would list the Irish as some of the most beloved people on the planet. And I think that comes really from the source of that Green Isle, from the homeland.